Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Today, we're going beyond the picture-perfect postcards of America. We're diving into a side of America many ignore, the hidden crisis of homelessness, especially in the top 7 states. We're talking about struggles happening just beyond the bright lights and tourist traps. Over the next few chapters, we're going on a journey across these states. We'll meet incredible people, hear their stories, and try to understand what it means to be homeless in a land of plenty. So, if you're ready, hit that subscribe button and buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy but important ride. Let's kick things off in California, the land of Hollywood glitz, Silicon Valley innovation, and endless sunshine. For decades, this state has been a symbol of hope, a place where people come to chase their dreams, build new lives, and maybe even catch a little stardust along the way. From the rolling vineyards of Napa to the bustling streets of Los Angeles, California is a place of contrasts, where opportunity and struggle often walk side by side. But behind the palm trees and movie sets lies a sobering reality. California has the nation's largest homeless population, a crisis that's impossible to ignore. Over 170,000 people here experience homelessness on any given night. That's more than the entire population of many American cities, and the numbers keep rising. How did it get this way? It's a perfect storm: skyrocketing living costs, stagnant wages, and a severe lack of affordable housing. Even as tech fortunes are made and luxury homes multiply, many Californians are priced out of the very neighborhoods they grew up in. Rents have soared, and home prices are out of reach for most working families. Meet Sarah, a single mom in San Francisco. She juggles 2 jobs, working long hours just to make ends meet, but still finds herself living in her car with her young daughter. Her story isn't unique. Thousands of families face similar struggles, forced to choose between paying rent and buying groceries. Walk down any street in LA or San Diego, and you'll see tents pitched on sidewalks, shopping carts overflowing with possessions, and people doing their best to survive in a world that seems to have left them behind. The crisis is visible everywhere, from downtown boulevards to quiet suburban corners. It's a stark contrast to the California dream, the image of endless beaches, movie stars, and prosperity. Here, luxury condos and beachfront mansions stand just blocks away from makeshift shelters and encampments. These aren't just numbers, they're people, each with a story, a past, and hopes for the future. Every face you see on the street has a name, a family, and a reason they ended up here. People like John, a veteran with PTSD who served his country but now struggles to find a safe place to sleep at night. For many, mental health challenges and a lack of support make escaping homelessness even harder. Or Maria, who fled domestic violence with her child, only to find that California's shelters are full and affordable apartments are out of reach. She's one of thousands of women and children seeking safety and stability. And it's not just the big cities. Homelessness touches small towns and rural communities too, where resources are even scarcer, and the problem is often hidden from view. In the Central Valley, families live in makeshift shelters near the fields where they work, struggling to put food on the table and keep their children in school. The dream of a better life feels further away than ever. This crisis is hidden from the glitz and glamour, but it's real. For every red carpet event, there are thousands of untold stories unfolding in the shadows. As we journey through California, remember these faces and stories. They are a reminder that the Golden State's promise is not yet fulfilled for everyone. Even in the land of opportunity, not everyone gets to live the dream. The challenge is immense, but so is the spirit of those fighting for a better tomorrow. From the West Coast, we head east to New York, a place where dreams are made and broken in equal measure. The Empire State, with its towering skyscrapers and endless energy, is a symbol of hope for millions. But beneath the glittering lights and the promise of opportunity, another story unfolds, one that is often hidden in plain sight. This is the city that never sleeps, where the streets pulse with life at all hours. Yet, for thousands, these same streets are home, offering little comfort when the sun goes down and the crowds thin out. Behind the iconic skyline, a different reality exists. Over 90,000 people, including children and the elderly, call the streets shelters or temporary housing their home. The numbers are staggering, and each one represents a story of hardship, resilience, and survival. In a city with more billionaires than anywhere else, a roof over your head can be a luxury. Families are crammed into shelters, sometimes for months or even years, waiting for a chance at stability. Children do their homework in crowded rooms, parents worry about their next meal, and hope can feel like a distant memory. Veterans, who once served their country, now sleep on subway grates to keep warm during the bitter winters. Many struggle with trauma, addiction, or mental health challenges, finding little support as they try to rebuild their lives. Young people, some just out of foster care, find themselves with nowhere to go. They drift from couch to couch or spend nights in parks and subway stations, invisible to most but fighting every day to survive. Walk through Times Square, and you'll see the stark contrast: flashing billboards, expensive stores, and crowds of tourists snapping photos. The city's wealth and glamour are on full display, but just steps away, the reality of poverty is impossible to ignore. In the shadows of these bright lights, a man huddles in a doorway, seeking shelter from the cold. His presence is a silent reminder of the city's deep inequalities. Many pass by without a second glance, caught up in the city's relentless pace. The problem becomes invisible, hidden behind the rush of daily life. But if you pause and look around, you'll see the invisible citizens of New York, people holding cardboard signs, waiting in line at soup kitchens, or simply hoping for a warm meal and a kind word. Their needs are basic, but their struggles are profound. And it's not just the 5 boroughs. Across New York State, from the suburbs of Long Island to the small towns upstate, homelessness takes many forms. In the Hudson Valley or upstate, homelessness looks different, but the struggles are just as real. Families live in cars parked behind grocery stores, children sleep in back seats, and parents do their best to keep hope alive. Veterans in rural areas battle addiction and mental health issues, often with even fewer resources than those in the city. Isolation and stigma make it harder to seek help, and many slip through the cracks. Encampments spring up under bridges and in abandoned buildings, hidden from view but growing as affordable housing becomes scarcer. In New York, homelessness is as diverse as the city itself. It affects people of every age, background, and ethnicity. No one is immune. From systemic failures in housing, rising rents, and stagnant wages, to the lack of affordable options, the roots of the crisis run deep. Add to that a shortage of mental health resources and support services, and the problem becomes even more complex. Many who need help the most are left waiting, or never receive it at all. Ignoring it won't make it disappear. The faces of homelessness are all around us, each one a reminder that behind the city's dazzling facade, there is urgent work to be done, and lives that depend on our attention and compassion. Welcome to Florida, the Sunshine State, famous for beaches and theme parks, but also facing a hidden crisis. For over 27,000 people, paradise is a distant dream. Florida has sunshine in abundance, but affordable housing is scarce. The cost of living in cities like Miami and Orlando is skyrocketing while wages lag behind. Add in seasonal jobs and a lack of affordable options, and you've got a recipe for disaster. Families live in motels, veterans sleep under bridges, enduring the sweltering heat. And when hurricanes hit, having no roof isn't just inconvenient, it's life or death. For many, the reality here is far from paradise. Howdy folks! We're in Texas, where everything is bigger, including the challenges of homelessness. The Lone Star State is known for its wide-open spaces, booming cities, and southern hospitality. But it's also facing a crisis that's hard to ignore. As we travel through Texas, we see a state of contrasts, prosperity for some and hardship for many others. Over 25,000 people here don't have a place to call home. That's thousands of men, women, and children who face uncertainty every single night, unsure where they'll sleep or find their next meal. Shelters are often full, and resources are stretched thin, leaving many to fend for themselves on the streets. In Houston, tent cities spring up under highway overpasses, a stark reminder of the affordable housing crisis. These makeshift communities offer little protection from the elements, and highlight just how difficult it is to find safe, stable housing in a city where rents keep rising and affordable options are scarce. Veterans struggle with PTSD and addiction, families are priced out, and young people age out of foster care with nowhere to turn. Each person's story is unique, but the common thread is a lack of support and opportunity. Many have jobs, but wages haven't kept up with the cost of living, making it nearly impossible to get ahead. Dallas tells a similar story. A booming economy, but rising costs push out longtime residents. New developments and luxury apartments are everywhere, but affordable housing is disappearing. For many, the city's growth means displacement, not opportunity. Single mothers work multiple jobs, their children in tow, struggling to make ends meet, They juggle work, childcare, and school, often relying on food banks and public transportation just to get by. The dream of stability feels out of reach for too many Texas families. In Austin, musicians and service workers can't afford to live in the city they helped shape. Rising rents and a lack of affordable options force many to move further away, or face homelessness themselves. The creative spirit of the city is at risk as more and more people are priced out. The problem stretches across Texas from city to city. San Antonio, Dallas, Austin, no community is untouched. Homelessness isn't just an urban issue, it affects small towns and rural areas too, where resources are even more limited and help can be hard to find. Behind the Lone Star pride, many are left without a home. As Texas continues to grow, the challenge of homelessness grows with it. But with awareness, compassion, and action, there's hope that every Texan can have a place to call home. Now we're in Washington, home to natural beauty and a growing homeless population. Over 22,000 people here experience homelessness every day. In Seattle, tents under the Space Needle contrast with the city's image of innovation. Families live in cars, priced out of one of the most expensive housing markets. Veterans battle mental health issues, their service often forgotten. It's not just Seattle, Spokane, Tacoma, Yakima, all face similar struggles. The crisis is fueled by a lack of affordable housing, rising costs, and a mental health emergency. Advocates and service providers work tirelessly, but the system is overwhelmed. Washington's progressive image hides a harsh reality for many. Heading south to Oregon, a state known for its compassion, but also facing a growing homelessness crisis. Over 14,000 people here experience homelessness daily. In Portland, tents line the Willamette River, a stark contrast to the city's vibrant culture. Families struggle to keep a roof over their heads, veterans sleep on park benches, and young people escape abuse only to end up on the streets. Beyond Portland, cities like Eugene and Bend face the same issues. The crisis is driven by a lack of affordable housing, rising costs, and mental health challenges. Advocates are working hard, but the need is overwhelming. Welcome to Massachusetts, a state with a strong social safety net, yet still grappling with homelessness. Over 18,000 people here experience homelessness every day. In Boston, people sleep on the streets and in subway stations. Despite the city's affluence, families live in shelters, veterans struggle with PTSD, their sacrifices often overlooked. Beyond Boston, cities like Springfield and Lowell face similar struggles. The crisis is fueled by a lack of affordable housing, rising costs, and mental health issues. Even in a state known for opportunity, many are left behind. So there we have it, a glimpse into the lives of those experiencing homelessness in America's top 7 states. It's a tough reality, but it could happen to anyone. A sudden job loss, a medical emergency, a family crisis, any of these could push someone over the edge. If this journey has moved you, consider subscribing and spreading awareness. Compassion is a small step, but it matters. These are human beings, deserving of dignity and a chance at a better life. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged, and stay human.